Welcome, everybody. My speaker today is Dr. Krista Mancarella, who's going to be talking with us about getting back into dating as a single parent. Dr. Krista, tell us a little bit about you and the work that you do.
So I'm a psychologist in Pennsylvania and Connecticut, and I have a small private practice where I see children, adolescents, adults, and families and couples. So this issue comes up quite often, whether it's on the child side or it's a single parent just trying to figure out how to get back in the dating world.
Great, thank you. So what are some obstacles or challenges that you find that come up for single parents, especially in
I
dating?
think the question that I get the most often is, when do I tell my child that I'm dating and when do I introduce them? So I think those are the burning questions, especially on parents' minds. And usually what I say is, until there's a long-term plan or commitment, you don't want to bring your child into it too early. Children often get attached, they have fantasies, and sometimes they can be disappointed, just like adults. However, they don't have the coping tools that we as adults have to manage that all the time. So that can be difficult for a child. So
Absolutely.
make sure that you
Sometimes
have
we
a
as
commitment.
adults don't always have the best coping tools for these things.
Actually true.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a really good point. Are there other things that they can do to make this transition into dating easier for themselves and their children?
Yeah, I think that there are a couple things. One, when you're ready to introduce your potential partner and your child, make sure that you have a conversation with both of them in terms of their expectations. Children do need to have a little bit of control in these situations, or a say so. So they might want to be able to pick the activity that they're doing to when they meet this potential partner.
Sure.
They may want to talk about certain things and not talk about other things. They may have their own ideas about what they want in a person, and they should be given the opportunity to share that with their parent. And then, I think sharing also why you love this person and why you want them to be a part of their life. Now, all of this depends on the developmental level and the age of the child too. So what you're going to tell a 7-year-old is not what you're going to tell your 17-year-old. And of course, there are private things that you want to keep out of that conversation with children.
Right. Right. It's a good and important reminder.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Don't overshare.
yeah.
Give enough information to squelch any fears, especially fears of mom or dad leaving or not being there for them, that this is an addition, not a subtraction to the family.
Yeah. Well, and I was also thinking, I think for a teenager, they might pull for some of that more. Um, right, maybe right. I was thinking about a teenager who knows about sex might be like, "Well, did you sleep with them yet?" Right, and you may not want to share that as a parent.
Right, exactly. So think of your answers to the questions before you have the conversation with your child.
Good point. Good point. Are there other things that a parent should share or not share with their children or with a potential partner, maybe about their children or about family life, or other things about, just the family in general when they're single parent getting back into dating?
Yeah, I think always at the beginning, be very cautious of the information that you share with a potential partner. Um, you're still getting to know them, and you want to be mindful about sharing too much information about your child. And then with your children, I think, again, you don't want to give information until you're absolutely ready to. And then as things evolve, you can talk with both parties about what is important to be shared and what might be off limits. And again, children need a say so in this. So giving them a little bit of control here too, I think is really important to help with safety and security of them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Are there any other final tips that you have for us at all? Anything else?
Um, I can't think of anything really off the top of my head. I think one thing that I do often tell parents is, in that first meeting, again, depending on the age of the child, have some sort of activity planned. I think it helps break the ice a little bit, take a little bit of the pressure off. This might be an activity that your child feels really successful at, and can kind of play to their strengths. Again, you're trying to make your child feel as safe and secure as possible in these moments.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, having something planned. It's a way to join people together when there's a group activity.
Exactly, exactly. And it takes the pressure off a little bit. They don't have to perform in a particular way, especially if it's an activity that they're good at. they are already going to go in feeling good, and hopefully your partner will as well.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for speaking with us today about getting back into dating as a single parent. Where are people who are interested in finding out more about you and the work that you do get more information about you?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking, and thank you for having me. These are always so much fun to do. Betterbeingct.com is my website, or you can always Google Krista Mancarella.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye.